You're not on the bench because your coach hates you. You're on the bench because of one brutal reason. And if you don't fix it, you'll stay there forever. I've been benched in high school, college, and even pro ball. And the truth I learned is painful, but it's also the secret to getting off the bench and into the lineup. Let's talk about it. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Ian Miller. I was a college walk-on and I was a 9-hole hitter from Little League all the way to the big leagues. I was a bench player. I was struggling to get some playing time. I was just like you. And the 9-hole is where the next generation of underdog champions are built. Let's talk about it. I was a 9-hole hitter from Little League to the big leagues. I was a pipsqueak. I was a nobody. I couldn't crack the code in getting off the bench into the lineup and having meaningful impact. From the moment I stepped on the field in high school, man, I was too small. I thought it was unfair. I thought the world was against me. I put in all of this effort behind the scenes. I should get all of these results, man. I have no idea why it's not translating into results. Everybody is getting scholarship offers. Everybody's getting attention. And here I am just trying to make the varsity team, just trying to have some sort of impact. I get to college. I walk on at Wagner College, Staten Island, New York, very small school. Couldn't translate. I'm starting to dominate in practice. Okay. I'm able to make the team get a starting spot and I'm able to earn some respect there. But dude, I dominate in practice and it doesn't translate into the game. The wheels are spinning. I'm lights out in batting practice. I'm lights out in the cage, but I can't translate onto the field. I hit 230 my freshman year. It got to the point where I felt like I was sitting more than I was playing. I go into summer ball after my freshman year of stinking and I sit the bench. I'm sitting more than I'm playing and I can't figure out why. I'm a Division I baseball player. I've gotten to this point. Why am I not cracking the code, dude? No one's working harder than me. What do we got? When I got to Pro Bowl, I thought everything was going to be different. I got drafted because of my ability, my defensive prowess in the outfield, my ability to run on the bases, my ability to put pressure on the defense. I was benched in my late 20s. I was backing up teenagers, dudes that were in major league camp in spring training, and I'm in minor league spring training as a 27-year-old, just won a ring in the Arizona Fall League. Thought I was going to have some respect. No respect, man. Even the year that I debuted in the big leagues, September of 2019, dude, I did not start on opening day in AAA. How are we able to make that happen even if we're getting screwed and stuff isn't going our way? Let's talk about it. I was obsessed over the problem, the stuff that you guys are obsessed over. No playing time, no love, no respect. I was magnifying that. I was focused solely on that stuff as opposed to the solution, the things that I really needed to attack in order to move the ball forward. I obsessed over that problem of my playing time. I embodied it, dude. I blamed coaches. I blamed the circumstances. I blamed politics. I blamed bad luck. It's everybody's fault but mine, dude. I went into a coach's office in Iowa the last year that I was playing, and I even asked Marty Peavy, I said, dude, what do I need to do different? What do I need to do in order to crack the lineup? I'm here as a minor league free agent, and I'm hitting 270, 280, and I'm here in the office asking what I need to do to be in the lineup. There are guys hitting 250 here that are younger than, like, what are we doing? There was this reality check, dude, okay? Throughout the entirety of my career, I was forcing it, okay? We're not always going to get the most opportunities. It's not just going to fall into our lap, dude, but we are going to get opportunities. And when I did get those opportunities, when they kind of fell in my lap or they were sprinkled in amidst all that chaos, dude, I forced it. I tried to do too much. I tried too hard. I pressed. I held the bat a little bit tighter. I tried to throw a little bit harder. I tried to do too much, dude. I made mistakes. Stop trying to force things. If you are on the bench right now, it's not about forcing stuff. It's not about doing more. It's also not anybody else's fault. There's a lesson in all of this, dude. And the sooner you're able to wrap your head around it, the sooner that you are going to be able to maximize and get better and get off the bench and be the guy that you want to become. Recognize this, man. There's a lesson. Nobody's coming to save you. As soon as I realized nobody was coming to save me, it was on me to to earn trust. My career is on me, okay? Let's dive into this, man. The truth behind this and the brutal reason why you're benched. These coaches, your manager, they don't bench you out of hate. They don't hate you, man. They don't dislike you. They bench you because they don't trust you. They don't think you can make a play in a routine situation consistently. I'm not talking about the flashiness. I'm not talking about the diving Sports Center top 10 plays, dude. Those are few and far between, and you are not going to be expected to pull those off consistently. Every time that there's a ball in the gap, you're not going to be expected to make a Byron Buxton play, dude. You're not supposed to be a platinum gold glove winner. I'm talking about consistency. I'm talking about making the routine turn. I'm talking about hitting the freaking cutoff man in the chest, dude. I'm talking about making that throw to the base without having to short hop it or get the yippity crickets halfway up the backstop, dude. Consistency beats flashes of talent. If you show consistency day in and day out, you will beat guys that have talent and just show it in flashes that can't continue to produce even when things are going against them. The lineup is not written to maximize your life. It's not written to maximize your career. The lineup is written by the coach, by the manager, to maximize the team's chances to win. If you are not in the lineup, it's because you don't give your team the best chance to win on this day. I went through my minor league career having to sit against lefties, dude. I had to beg to play against lefties. The higher up you go, the more of a bench role you might have, or the more bench players that you have on any given team. So, like, if there are righties on the bench and I'm a left-handed hitter, if I'm not a top prospect, a first rounder, or a dude that is just knocking on the door to the big leagues, they're going to sit me and bring somebody else in who can hit lefties at a higher clip, maybe have a better chance, maybe have a higher on-base percentage, okay? The lineup is made and written so it can give the team the best chance to win. That's the only reason why the lineup's written. The coaches choose guys that they can depend on every single day, not just guys that show glimpses every once in a while. Okay? Anybody can go 4 for 4 on any given day. You can get lucky and go 4 for 4. You can accidentally find a couple barrels, maybe something off the end, a bloop and a blast. Anybody can accidentally get lucky. But how you show up every single day, like, that's huge. Coaches trust guys that they can depend on, not dudes that just show glimpses once in a while, okay? When I was in pro ball, Major League Baseball, minor league baseball, right? We see veterans with average stats that are still kind of hanging around and getting jobs because they're trusted to execute. Yes, of course, they have a veteran presence. They are a clubhouse leadership type guy, right? Team guy. But these guys have, like, they've performed at a high level in the past. They either have success in the playoffs, dude, or they've had success like in teams that are, vying for those postseason opportunities. We see these veterans get these jobs because they've performed and they've shown it. Dude, if you can show that you can be consistent at a high level, you will consistently get opportunities year after year after year. You are not going to be expected to be perfect. Nobody's perfect, and nobody's perfect in baseball, man. All right? You're not going to be expected to be perfect or even hit 300. You're not supposed to hit 300. You're not. You're not supposed to get a hit every time you're up. What you are going to be expected to do is do the little things right, and you are going to be expected to do those over and over and over and over and over again. The mundane stuff, the vanilla stuff, the stuff that isn't sexy. Can you make the routine plays and make them look easy? Inconsistency is the number one reason that players sit. If a coach doesn't trust you or doesn't know what version of you is showing up today, how in the world can he put you in the lineup, dude? You're not a plug and play kind of guy. You're not starting if there's a question mark around what version of you is showing up every single day. And I had that around my career and around, how the lineup was written, dude. Sometimes I didn't show up the same way every day, and it affected me. Let's talk about the fix, dude. How do you flip the script? How can we start propelling ourselves forward? How can we get up off the bench and maximize our careers, dude? It's the fall now. We got a big spring coming up. We got a big season coming up. You need to show up every single day. You need to show up the same way. We're talking about our energy. We're talking about our focus. We're talking about our intent. You need to own it. You need to own your role. If you have question marks around your role on the team, you need to figure it out. You need to ask. If you don't know it, you go into your coach's office, your manager, and you ask. That alone, having the stones to go in there and ask what your role is, how you can impact, what the identity on the team is, shows like you're hungry. And it shows that you have respect for the process and you want to get better. You want to impact the squad. Stop trying to be a 5-star prospect, a blue chip dude. Master one tool or one role that you're already good at, that your skill set plays into, and that you can maximize and own it. That's the stuff that makes you different. If you're just like everybody else, okay, look, you want to win that starting center field spot over the center fielder, and you're just like him. How are you going to do that? If you're just like everyone else, there's no reason to play like you. We talk about owning your role in your career, dude. You're different than everybody else. Play like you. Be the guy who adds something to the lineup that's missing because everybody else is doing every other thing. Okay? Be the guy that can button run. Be the guy that can absolutely light the world on fire when you get on the bases. If you're just like everybody else, man, what difference are you going to bring to the lineup? Okay? If you're sitting, think about that. What difference do you make in the lineup by being in there? Own it. Sharpen that skill set. Sharpen that role and that tool. Your practice is going to be your games, right? That's going to be your time to shine under the lights. Own practice. Practice confirms or contradicts the coach's decision. He's either right or he's wrong by making that lineup, dude. You decide. If you're not playing, your daily habits and how you show up every single day either prove him right or force him to reconsider. Change that lineup up. Okay, Ian's been raking. I know Ian's hungry. Let's get him in there. I trust Ian this week. Treat practice like your game. Do it. Every single rep from here on out is either making you harder to ignore or easier to bench. And if you have no idea why you're on the bench, that's probably got a lot to do with it. You need to audit your work, man. Are you practicing with purpose, doing things on purpose with purpose, or are you just tagging along with the herd? You're just doing everything else that everybody else is doing because everybody else is doing it. Do things on purpose. Do things with purpose. Here's the truth. The reason you're sitting is not politics. It isn't hate. It isn't bad luck. It's inconsistency. That's all it is. Coaches play the guys they can trust, and right now, dude, you haven't proven you're one of them. The good news is this. You can flip that script starting today by showing up the same way every single day, owning your role and making yourself impossible to ignore. And if, of course, you're ready for the exact blueprint that underdogs use to get off the bench and into the lineup, the underdog playbook is where you do it. It's linked below. This is how you earn your spot. Now go out there and prove it. Appreciate you guys being here, okay? Keep grinding.